Beer here back at the Fantasy Bar. Friday night in MLB. We got 6 of my favorite plays, including 3 bats for you under 3,000 on FanDuel. How do we get different from Coors Field? A starting pitcher that's been racking up the strikeouts. And of course, my favorite play of the night. Who is it? Belly up to the Fantasy Barn. Find out. Welcome in, guys. Friday edition Beers Daily Fantasy 6-pack. Talking some baseball. 6 guys fresh off the tap for you on FanDuel and DraftKings. Thank you, as always, for stopping by and checking out the video. Before we get into the plays, you guys know the drill. Take a second, click that thumbs up button. Greatly appreciate that. That is the tip jar here in the Fantasy Bar. So take a second, do that. Make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. Week 3 NFL 6-pack already out there. Go check that out when you are done here. Pints and picks with 2 of my favorite NFL bets each and every week coming up later today as well. And of course, today's video here. So subscribe, don't miss any of the content. And lastly, head over to scoresandodds.com/beer. That link right there in the description of the video. Tons of great sports betting information, including the new Parlay IQ tool. This thing is a game changer, first of its kind, going to help you build more plus EV, same game parlays, general parlays, everything across the board, plus comparing odds across all the different sports books and premium picks. Make life easy. Don't have the time to dig into the stats. We got picks in all the major sports. I'll be providing picks over there as well. Scoresandodds.com/beer. Check it out here when you're done with the video. All right, let's get into the plays for today. We got Coors Field on the docket. We know, not going to bog down the 6-pack with plays from Coors. Also, one weather spot to watch there in Minnesota. Looks ugly there. If we have to make any changes to the plays, we will do so in the comment section here on YouTube. All right, let's dive in the outfield. Our first value play, Mark Canha of the Mets. Now, Canha, always a guy I like when lefty's on the hill. This guy has made a career out of hitting left-handers. The numbers down a little bit this season, but should see a good amount of fastballs here from Irvin, and very good against that pitch. In fact, leads the Mets with a 267 ISO against the fastball. Irvin uses that about 40% of the time against right-handed hitters, and you can find this information in our Plate IQ tool here on RotoGrinders. Irvin, also vulnerable to power mix in play here. 44% fly ball rate, 42% hard contact rate. Canha, cheap on FanDuel and 4K over on DraftKings. Solid value option here to lead us off. All right, let's get you another value play at first baseman, the old man, Albert Pujols of the Cardinals. So got to give a shout out to the old man. Fellow old man here, we're both doing our things. He's hitting home runs. We're making videos here in the Fantasy Bar, both living our best life here. But the hype, the excitement has kind of died down as he's chasing those records here. And the prices are certainly fair at $2,900. Anytime you see a DraftKings price equal to the FanDuel price, makes for a great buy low over there. And you look at this lineup, Cardinals in a great spot here tonight. Obvious headliners, Goldie, Arenado. The Pujols' numbers are right there. In fact, they're better than Arenado's against left-handed pitching. And ISO approaching 400 here for Albert Pujols this season against lefties, and Awoba sitting at 461. So these are absolutely elite numbers that you should not get for a $2,900 price tag. Now, Haney been hit hard by righties, and this is why I love the Cardinals tonight. 243 ISO allowed, 50% fly ball rate, not great, to go along with a 37% hard contact rate. Cardinals in a phenomenal spot. Pujols simply too cheap, especially on DK at $2,900. All right, I promise you some strikeouts on the hill. We're rolling Aaron Nola of the Phillies. The Nola been great, giving you a nice floor, nice ceiling combo here. 8 or more strikeouts in 5 of the last 7 starts. Couple double-digit strikeout games there as well. And these two teams obviously know each other well. 4 starts this season already for Nola against the Braves, and he's been phenomenal against this team, averaging over 8 strikeouts per start here. Now, Atlanta, we know, dangerous lineup, but a lot of strikeouts available here. They're one of the worst against right-handed pitching. Every single starter, 21% or higher strikeout rate against righties. 6 of those bats sitting at 24% or higher. Aaron Nola in a good spot here against this strikeout-happy Atlanta Braves squad. All right, back to the bats and more value here at first base, second base, third base. Some nice flexibility here with Wilmer Flores of the Giants. So like Canha, a guy that's always hit lefties well. So he's cheap. He hits in the heart of the order generally. So take advantage of this value, especially on FanDuel, all the way down at $2,400. Going to make your life a little bit easier, and also comes in swinging a very good bat. 8 hits over the last 4, 3 of those multi-hit games. Now, Henry, don't have a big sample, but that sample not been good. And ISO at almost 200, strikeout rate down at just 16%, and our power mix in play here for Flores 39 and 44% against righties. Wilmer Flores, another solid value option here tonight against Arizona. All right, let's spend some money here. Let's stay on the infield at third base with Jose Ramirez of the Guardians. So as we mentioned, Coors Field on the slate. We know a lot of people are going to go that route, some expensive pitching. So a guy like Ramirez should see lower ownership than he probably should in this spot. We know he hits righties well, and with power, 258 ISO, 381, the weighted OBA for him this season. Now, John Gray loves to throw that fastball almost half the time to left-handed hitters. You may want to avoid that here against Jose Ramirez. Eye-popping numbers here against the fastball, 475 weighted OBA and a big 470 ISO. He simply crushes this pitch here. Jose Ramirez in a good spot here against John Gray and that fastball on Friday night. All right, it's time to take a look at my favorite play for Friday night. Before we do that, let's continue our Beast of the Night contest. Very easy to play, guys. All you got to do, get in the comment section right below the video. Make sure you click that thumbs up button if you have not already. And guess fantasy points on FanDuel tonight for my highest scoring hitter. All you need is the fantasy points. Don't even have to guess which guy it's going to be. The closest guess going to win themselves a free week of RotoGrinders Premium. Chance to check everything out behind the scenes, including the Plate IQ tool we are always referencing here. And I want to know who your favorite play of the night is. Who's your beast on this big Friday night slate? Sound off in that YouTube comment section. All right, let's wrap this baby up. My favorite play for Friday night, you know him as the Beast of the Night. All right, Beast time. We're going to go to the other side of that Cleveland-Texas game. Get you a little correlation here with shortstop Corey Seger, tonight's Beast of the Night. Now, Seger really been hitting the power switch here. 3 home runs for him over the last 8 games, having a very nice season this year for Texas. And talk about fastball. We thought Ramirez's numbers were good against fastball. Seger going to one-up him here. Woba at almost 550 against fastballs. ISO at 532. These are simply some of the highest numbers that you will see against a specific pitch. Now, Morris, another limited sample guy, but it has been awful for Morris. 414 Woba allowed. Look at that ISO, 357. So giving up a ton of power and a 50% fly ball rate and hard contact rate. Not great here against Corey Seger. Easily my favorite play on the board in tonight's Beast of the Night. All right, guys, that'll wrap us up here for Friday night in the Fantasy Bar. If you have any comments, questions, or feedback, please hit me up in that comment section right below the video. Don't forget, fantasy points from my highest scoring hitter on FanDuel for a shot at some free RotoGrinders Premium. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and go check out scoresandodds.com/beer. All right, that'll do it for today, guys. For RotoGrinders.com, I am Beer saying salut. Best of luck here in baseball. Again, Week 3 NFL 6-pack is live. Go check that out. Pints and picks with some NFL bets coming later today. No, don't miss any of the action, guys. Good luck with everything this weekend, and we'll see you.
Hey, thanks for checking out our videos. If you want more expert advice on DraftKings, FanDuel, or any other daily fantasy sports, make sure you check out the current videos playlist